Hey, what's up guys? This is Mint from Vanguard Heroes, and a couple of some nights ago, Paul and I were talking about Great Demon Soulless Demagogue. Demagogue? I don't really know how to pronounce it, but a lot of people have been bashing on him about how underwhelming he is, and while part of that is true, you have to remember this is one of the first stride for DI, and it's meant to be like you stride this first, and now I mean compared to first stride like Gablade that can help you go +1. It may not seem that amazing. However, like, you know, if you look at Great Nature, their first stride is the Phoenix. That's not too amazing either, and it's Overwhelm. These cards aren't meant to be all powerful. They're not meant to be the game ender. They're meant to help you kind of set up. And while most first stride are kind of +1 in a sense of some sort, so is Demagogue. And remember, he's setting up for bigger thing. And there are some really cool combos you can, of course, do with the Soulless, which I think is funny. If you look at his name is Soulless, why would you name a unit Soulless in a DI deck, Dark Irregulars? So his skill is, during this turn, whenever a unit is put into your soul, your whole front row gains 1,000 power. So you get the ability during your turn, all units in your front row gets 1,000, meaning just because you stride and you don't have any front unit, that doesn't mean that they won't get the power. You can easily put them to the front row and they will gain the power. His power retained towards any unit in the front row. So this of course is great because that means you don't have to commit beforehand, and you can just use him while without having any unit in the front already on board. They can be played from your hand, they can be moved up. Do what you need to with that. Anyhow, simple combos you can do with him involves, of course, at least one Doreen, because that's just the first thing that comes to mind, unless you get better unit, maybe a Doreen clone at Generation Break #1 that starts out with 7k instead. Anyhow, we'll just stick with units we know. So let's say you have a Doreen on the side and a generic 9k in the front that you can place from your hand or is already there. And when you stride Demagogue, if you still have your greedy hand, you can put your greedy hand into the soul and place Dimensional Creeper from your deck into your soul. Then you can use Dimensional Creeper skill to soul blast it and soul charge 2 more card. Now that's a total of 4 soul charge. So that means that both Doreen and Demagogue can go off. Doreen, of course, from 4 unit moving into the soul will gain a total of 12,000 power. Demagogue will give 4,000 to all unit in the front row, including himself. So without a booster, he is 30 by himself. If you strode over an 11k Vanguard, 30 is not bad. Maybe if your opponent is playing Scarlet Witch Coco, you can hit magic number against that. Or if there's, well, they would have to be a grade 3. So, and if they're an 11k, maybe you can just throw in a booster. And you know that's good because then you at 30 you can have a 6k booster like the Gemini unit they just revealed. That's not too great, but you know 6k booster can help that column become 36, so you don't need that great of a booster behind him. In addition, the rear guard is where I want to focus my point on. So Doreen gets 12,000 power, the front unit gets 4,000 power from the Great Demon skill. So when you combine that, that's 9 plus 6 is 15, 15 plus 12 is 27, 27 plus the 4k is 31. So that rearguard column is an automatic magic number against their 11k Vanguard even. So if they want to block it, they have to throw down 25k shield, which is a very hefty cost. And this is of course before you account for the Great Demon's triple drive, which where if you at least hit 1 crit, this can definitely apply big pressure already from the beginning. So assuming they don't perfect guard your Demagogue, you can go ahead and place any crit you might get on Demagogue. If they do perfect guard Demagogue, you can pass off any crit you have to your side column, and that's still a hefty block. Worse, well, the least they can do is at least perfect guard 1, or if they take all of it, you probably push them to pretty high damage. Or if they perfect guard both, that's 4 cards out of their hand. So even though his skill may seem underwhelming, with the right play, you can do it. All you need is kind of, I guess, 4 soul charge per turn, and you can easily reach that. And of course, you still retain the name of the unit, his hearts, so you can easily stride him over Astaroth or Amon, and he gets the Amon skill. So you can still place unit like Hell's Deal, Hell's Draw, and get automatic 2 soul charge going in. So reaching that 4 is really not hard. So you can do a lot of combination. 1 Shirley into the soul is already 2. Hell's Deal, Hell's Draw is another 2. So as long as you can keep that 4 going, and you have 1 Doreen at least in the column, that column goes to 31 for that turn, which is absolutely absolutely amazing, and this is before we even see any new DI support, so it can only go up in terms of its utility from here. So now I want to focus my point to a possible, I know I don't do a lot of this because I usually just wait for the card instead, but it seemed interesting, and I just want to point out a correlation, is that some of the units revealed for clans with kind of an archetype or subclan has dealt with the card hearts having a specific name, such as Holy Celestial Michael needing a Celestial Heart, or the Mithra Ezer needing an Ezel Heart, and of course Hyper Metaborg Heavy Duke needing a Metaborg Hearts. I'm sorry for stumbling so much, guys. Anyways, these units seem to expand upon old unit skill, where Holy Celestial Michael can call a unit out from the damage zone onto the field and then place a card from your top deck into the damage zone. And if you have a card in your damage zone with the same name as your heart, the called out unit gains 5,000 power. So it kind of bring back maybe something like Metatron's kind of skill, where she can call out a unit. And in addition, the unit now gains power if you have the hearts. So you can use it with Legion, of course, if you want to. Alt Celestial. Mithra Ezer expand upon Ezer's old skill, lowered his cost from Counterblast 2 to Counterblast 1 to call the top card and gain that unit's power. Now, in addition, he also let that unit gain its own power. So even if you call out a trigger with 4 to 5k, they are now 8 to 10k, boosting or attacking units, which is not bad at all. And then, of course, you got Heavy Duke, which retains Sin's Buster skill of grade 1 or higher blocking, so glory skill. But in addition, he expand upon the draw skill, where you can now draw 2 for every, draw 1 for every hearts you have, and if your Vanguard's in Legion, you draw 2. So kind of expanding upon old skill, which kind of got me thinking. So the Great Demon will probably, well, not Great Demon, but a newer DI stride might involve an Amon Heart. And if we think about how to expand upon Amon's Heart, of course, it should retain the ability to gain 1,000 for every in your soul. But what can really make that unit great is if you have 10 or 15 soul, do what you will with it. It should gain either crit +1 and glory skill, or if it doesn't gain glory, I'd be down for it gaining just 2 crit straight up. But a DI unit with Amon skill and gaining Echo of Nemesis skill to block grade 1s or higher can be really, really good for DI, because that column is going to be massive thanks to if you've been building soul, right? And will really reward you for constantly building soul for that great finisher. So maybe it will be something like that. Leave your speculation in the comment below. I'd love to hear what you guys think about potential skill for upcoming units. And you know, we also got other announcement that, of course, you see here, we still have like some Bermuda, maybe the Grand Blue stride. Also, Fighter Sky 2015, at a closer look, every clan will get 2 cards. So from about 4 clans so far, 5 clans, sorry. 4? Yes, 4 clans so far. We kind of know what their one of their cards will be already. So make some speculation for other clan. I'd love to hear what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, stay awesome and ride on.